Hello guys, how are you doing today? My name is Min Rui, and today I'm taking you to, voila, check out this please. This is the Great Wall Hero 2020 Visit Beijing Again activity presented by the Beijing Municipal Culture and Tourism Bureau and also China Plus, as you see on this flyer here. Yay! And me as a host today, I will be taking you onto the Great Wall in that direction. And you will be visiting the Great Wall in the evening time for the first time. How cool is that? And hello to all of our fans on Facebook. And my name is Min Rui again. And today, as you can see, I'm standing here in the Badaling Great Wall tourist spot section, and here you can see the Great Wall, the Badaling section, and it is just 50 kilometers north of Beijing, and you will be experiencing the true Chinese culture here. And also today I'll be traveling with a dozen of guests in the tourism industry and the leaders who are supporting, who are actually the insiders of this tourism business, and they will be dressing up in the Chinese traditional clothes, and they will be touring with me. And I have actually seen one of our guests have already dressed up in the Chinese clothing. Let's check it out. 您穿的这个是什么呀？ She's too shy, but actually we have a lot of more guests upcoming, and my question to you is actually, have you been to Beijing? Have you ever been to Great Wall? If you have, please post your picture on our Facebook stream comment section, and I will be able to communicate with you through my phone here, and I'll be able to see your comments. So let me check who are actually here today. I'm pretty excited about tonight's event because I haven't been to Great Wall for a very long time. My dad actually took me to the Great Wall when I was 8 years old. And I actually don't remember a lot about the Great Wall, the trip, but I did remember it was a very hot, sunny summer day. And well, also, I think I remembered I had a hard time climbing up all the stairs up to the top. And then we took a photo on the top. And so that photo is actually in my family album now. And it has the great memory with me and my dad climbing up the Great Wall. But you know, it was I think it was like in 1997 or 1996 when I visited here. So it's almost 20 years later, and this place, this scenic spot area, has changed a lot. For example, as you can see, they have launched this evening visit tour in the Badaling Great Wall scenic area, and you will also be experiencing a lot of other cultural activities here in this tourist spot. And actually, from the live stream background music, you can hear that from afar there are people doing some presentations and shows on the square. And also outside of this scenic area, there are a lot of restaurants which you must be very familiar. There are coffee place, the Starbucks and Subway, the sandwich place, and also KFC, where you can have a hamburger. And there are also Chinese noodle shops and other, fantastic Chinese food that you can taste. And from afar, you can see the Great Wall has already lightened up. How beautiful is this? Well, if you just tuned in, my name is Min Rui and you're watching China Plus America. And today we are at the Great Wall in Beijing, and it's the Badaling section. And now, as you can tell, the sun is already setting and the Great Wall has lightened up. And as you can see, I have my phone over here and I'll be able to communicate with you through this phone, and I can see all your comments here. Oh, mosquito. All right, so I see. Hi, Gabriel. Hi, Jesse. Oh, you are all tuning in now. Hi, Louis. Hi, Rosado, David. Hello. Hi from Florida. Everything is beautiful. Can't wait to see. Thank you for tuning us tonight in Beijing, and it is actually your morning, I guess, and thank you for tuning in with us today. It was 40 years ago, Maria said. Did you visit the Great Wall 40 years ago? That's fantastic. How was it like? Ooh, mosquito, sorry. How was it like 40 years ago? I'm really, interested, because I was here just 8 years ago. When I was 8 years old, it was 20 years ago, and the Badaling section of the Great Wall was not very, not very much urbanized. And now you can see behind me there are shops and restaurants over here, and clearly you can see if you visit this place you will experience a very high level service here. And tonight I'll be traveling with a dozen of guests who are the leaders in the service industry, and they are actually very interesting. Fun fact, we got the invitation of the Beijing Cultural and Tourism Bureau, and they are actually hosting this night tour with these industry leaders, the service industry leaders in tourism, and they're actually working for hotels, restaurants, and tour companies. Oh, sorry, mosquitoes. Because we have actually we have lights here, so yeah, that must be attracting the mosquitoes. And let me continue reading out your comments here. Big Fire says a lot of history, just walking and being able to be there would be awesome. Yes, I really wish that you could be here, because since, as you can see, I'm not wearing a mask today because Beijing has already lifted its COVID quarantine measures. Since outside we don't need to actually wear a mask, so I'm not actually wearing one today. And this is very we have made so much advancement since COVID started in February, and so everyone was wearing a mask since February, and now see how far we have come. I'm not telling you this to let you wear a mask, but just see how much we have achieved so far. This could be an example for you to actually get an idea, because it is a respiratory disease, and so this would be a very helpful protective measure. And I think maybe our guests will be coming soon, and I'm very happy to greet them here. Ooh, mosquitoes. I think if we start moving, then the mosquitoes will be gone. But yeah, how are you feeling today? Because it's still the morning for you guys. I was hoping that you could have a great day. So the Great Wall Hero activity that hosted by the Beijing Cultural and Tourism Bureau was a yearly annual for them to promote the culture and tourism here in Beijing. And it is actually, oh, I see my guests are already here. So yeah, let's continue our trip. Hi.
Hello, we're live in Facebook.
We're live on Facebook. Hey. Oh, you're so beautiful today.
Wow.
Wow, all of you have all wearing the these traditional costumes.
我们这边也直播，所以你戴一个耳机，然后收一下音。是这边的。说一下话题。
Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, Gabriel. Good morning from Florida. Thank you for joining us today. Hello, Rosando, David. Hello. You're also from Florida. Nice. Nice to see you on the Facebook stream. So we are waiting here to enter the scenic spot area. Can I just say that I like your dress?
Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Mexico. Yes. So you have been in China for how long?
I've been here 5 years already.
5 years.
Yes.
And do you work in the industry in tourism?
Yes, I work for the Hutong.
Hutong?
Yes, it's a company
Cool.
that provides experiential learning trips for a lot of international schools here in
Cool.
Beijing, and also for adults. So
Adults
we do,
too?
Yes, we have
Wow.
a very beautiful courtyard in Beijing. It's very well known. It's a company that's been here already more than 13 years. So we have a lot of experiences related to Chinese culture, calligraphy, tea art, and a lot of cooking classes about all the Chinese culture.
Cool.
So
Shall we move up a little bit? I want to follow up on your on what you said. How's business these days? I know we're crossing this security check now.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I need to keep grabbing this dress. Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with my bag too.
No need to get used.
Yeah. So let me follow up on the question. So
Sure.
how's business now? Like, is everything coming back?
越来越好.
越来越好.
Yes, it's getting a little bit better.
A little bit better
Yes,
every
right now.
day. Wow.
Because now we can host events.
Mhm.
We have events about like cultural activities in China.
Mhm.
So now that we can host them in our venue,
Mhm.
we have a courtyard, and then people can come in. Before, you know, that all the Hutongs area was closed,
Yes.
but right now it's very good.
It's
People
good.
can come. We can welcome them. They can come and
Cool.
learn
Mhm.
about cooking, about different cultures. We have like very nice tea tastings, scavenger hunts, some visits to the markets, and I don't know. People really likes it. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So how many times have you been to Great Wall?
Oh, a lot of times.
A lot
yes,
of
yes.
times.
I've been to most of the points, like of the 5 new places that now they are encouraging for the people to come. So yes, some of the tours that we do are actually Simatai, and then we go to the lakeside of the Great Wall. That is very, very nice.
Lakeside.
Yes. So we really come here a lot, and we bring the kids and we tell them about the Great Wall and the history, and they are very interested. They like to come here. a lot.
Cool.
Yes.
I myself, I only have been here one time. This is my
Really?
second time. Yeah.
Oh.
Last time I was here, I was with my dad, and I was so little.
Really?
Yeah. So we became the Great Wall heroes, and then I didn't bother to came here. But I see this place have changed a lot.
Yes.
The service actually have changed a lot, advanced
know.
a lot.
I know. I came here when the first time I came 5 years ago. It was so different. Like even though like the lights, the restaurants, everything. And I came with the university when I came to do my master's degree, and it was different. Right now, like today, the way I see it is like, wow, it's very nice.
Yes,
So
it is
I think
so
we're going
nice.
to have a very good time.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you
we
for
should catch up with the group now.
Sure.
Would
I
you
would
like
love to.
some
Oh,
glowing
I would-
sticks?
I will love a glowing stick.
Thank you. This is what we prepared.
Sure. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, so let's move ahead with other guests here. I was here this afternoon, and it was very beautiful. We had clear blue skies, and thanks to the downpour a few days earlier, and we've been able to, have very good humidity, and the environment is very, very nice over here because this place is actually 50 kilometers north of Beijing. The downtown area, and the traffic is actually fine. You just need to take 1.5 hours to travel to here. All right, so as you can see, we've already reached the Badaling Great Wall Gate. This is so cool here.
Very excited.
Right?
I'm excited to see it at nighttime, actually.
Is this your first time to come here in the nighttime?
Yeah, here at Badaling, yes. I've been to Simitai, the Gubei water town, at night once, but this is the first time I've been here at nighttime.
Fantastic. Yeah. How do you like it?
I love it so far. It's really cool. Also, the weather is really cool right now, which is nice. It was really hot earlier during the day.
The breeze.
Yes, it feels nice and cool. I was worried this was going to be so hot to wear, but it's actually really nice and the weather's really good.
I didn't get a chance to meet you this afternoon. Could you introduce yourself a little bit to
Sure.
our fans on Facebook?
Sure. Hi. My name is Rachel, and I've been living in China for 5 years. And I run an Instagram and website called Rachel Meets China, and
Rachel
I travel.
Meets China.
Yeah, and I travel around China, and I just share my experiences like about living and traveling and teaching here. And I share it with my followers and fans on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. And so I make videos and all kinds of photos like that.
Wow. That's actually what we're doing too.
We're the same.
Yes, so we're also bridging the gap from the east to the west. And also, we have done a series of live streams on the scenic spots in China, and
Wow.
also other, fun places to visit.
Wow.
Yeah,
There's so many beautiful places
Yeah,
to go
there are.
in Beijing and all around China. It's amazing.
Can I ask you about this dress you're wearing?
Sure.
What is this? Do
So
you know?
I learned about this today. It's
Sorry,
called...
you have a mosquito.
Oh, thank you. There's some bugs.
Yeah.
So I learned this is called a hanfu.
Hanfu.
At first I thought we were going to have qipao, but it's different than a qipao. This is hanfu. But I don't know too much about this style, but I heard maybe it's more traditional, even older than the qipao.
It is, yes.
Okay.
Qipao actually is more like a Qing Dynasty, post-Qing Dynasty thing, and this Hanfu actually dates back in the Han Dynasty.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do people often wear these around in China now?
I think there are a lot of young kids who are favoring the Han Dynasty culture now. They want to revival the dressing style.
Oh, wow.
And they want to know their culture because, Han people wearing Han clothings. That's what they're trying to do now, I guess.
Oh wow, that's so cool. How about for like weddings? Do people wear this for weddings?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Like Han Dynasty style weddings. There also, I know people who actually cater to that kind of business.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I go to the Forbidden City a lot and the Corner Tower, and every time I go, there's all these like
Wedding
photos.
photos. Yeah.
Always the wedding, but there's always like the red dress that the women wear.
Yes.
Always so many photos going on every single time I go.
Yeah, it's actually something I did.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Really?
I did the white dress, and also I did the red dress.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, really
It
beautiful.
was, yes.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things about traveling in China is I like to take photos wearing the dresses and taking photos on the Great Wall and things like that, and it's just a fun way to show culture.
Shall we move forward? I
Sure.
guess,
Do we keep walking
should,
up?
Yes, we should keep walking.
Okay. Wow.
So
This is really
we have
exciting.
more people wearing the traditional
There's
clothes.
so
There's
many.
so many.
There's so many of them. Did they go ahead?
I have no idea. Let me ask around.
Okay.
Where shall we start our Great Wall trip? What should we do? Right, always photo first. We have extra lightings for you.
Oh my gosh, it's so professional.
Yes, we're having a great time now. In case you just tuned in, my name is Min Rui, and we are doing a live stream on the Great Wall. And a dozen of foreign guests are with me today, visiting the Great Wall in the evening time. It is so beautiful down here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Maria from Texas. Thanks for leaving your comment. We have so many people watching today. I know it is the nighttime here and the visual is not as good as the daytime, but still, we are enjoying the view here. Cool.
So we're gonna have
So for those of you wearing an outfit, we're going to have a group photo over here.
Oh, group photo
over here,
for
this-
the
this is
outfit.
in front of this building right here. Oh wait, these people, I don't know who they are. So we're going to come over here.
Oh, sorry,
Do a
I'm
quick
not
photo
wearing
right
that dress, so I think I should be excluded from the photo.
Out of costume.
But we can still talk about, the history of Great Wall.
So one group photo, if you could all get over by our banner. And while I have your attention, for everyone, again, if I could just say to everyone, okay,
So while they are organizing this group photo, let me tell you a little bit about the fact of the Great Wall. So, in the past days, the Great Wall was actually a military defense system to keep the nomads and the herding tribes up north of the Great Wall from their invasion to the down south, because remember, China in the ancient days was a farming state. So in order to have a peaceful and calm and prosperous life, they need to defend the invaders from the north who have horses and come down south to loot and rob after autumn harvest. So it is very important for them to have this Great Wall as a defensive system. But later on in the years, Great Wall was actually abandoned by the Qing dynasty because back then there were not a lot of the invaders, and circumstances have changed. So, and the Great Wall was actually abandoned for a few centuries. And then after that, back when we are entering the new China phase, the cultural relics of Great Wall was restored and revitalized as a great scenic spot for tourism. So yeah, that was the revitalization of the Great Wall. And when I was visiting this place for the first time, actually there was a saying by my father, which is 不到长城非好汉. If you have not visited the Great Wall, you're not a hero. And this was actually first brought up by Chairman Mao in the poem, 长城好汉, and actually this and actually, this activity, the Beijing Tourism Bureau, Culture and Tourism Bureau hosts, is kind of promotes this the 好汉 Changcheng 好汉 culture to become a hero at the Great Wall. So you need to visit this place to be able to call yourself a hero. And I think the hero concept is different from the east from the west, because when you think about hero these days, you know the Marvel heroes, like it would be super interesting if you know the Marvel heroes are presented here. So yeah, and visiting this place is usually happening in the daytime for a lot of tourists, but this time we got invitation, and we are able to visit at nighttime. All right, so shall we start our trip? Follow me. Take care, because there are stairs. Be careful. Yes, the stairs. Thank you, Michael. All right, so all right, follow me over here. So I guess usually the visiting takes place in the daytime, and actually, pardon?
No, I was just hearing your narration.
Yeah. So usually people visit in daytime. I guess they open this channel for us because we're special guests here.
Yes, it's quite special.
Yeah. So can I ask you about the dress you're wearing today?
It's a blue dress,
It's a blue dress.
as far as I know. It's actually a really beautiful, I would say, comfy dress.
Uh-huh.
Sadly, it's not much that I can tell to you, but it has a beautiful, beautiful design. It matches like the sleeves.
Do you mind me ask where you're from?
Colombia.
You're from Colombia.
Yes.
And is it different? How different is it from
Oh,
the
it's,
dress from your own country?
So our traditional clothes, we have 5 regions in Colombia, so each of them are quite different. But the common factor for ladies would be a really wide skirt, because we dance.
Ah,
So
that's
we do this a lot. So they're larger. You can do all the way here with the scarves, and tighter here, and kind of a loose. Usually, guys have
the big hats.
they have the hats, and we do the waves.
Yes, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I think on YouTube.
There's a traditional Colombian folklore dancers in Shanghai, and they're quite promoting our traditional dances. So you can actually
Yeah,
follow
I
that.
think I remember the puffy sleeve here, like
So
there.
that's for the Caribbean. That's one
Oh,
of the
for the
fest.
Caribbean.
The Caribbean is
Oh.
quite colorful, so yellows, greens, reds.
And there are silver
coffee.
wares, I guess.
So because
yeah.
you move,
you
so
move
that
to
it
dance.
shakes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, have you been to the Great Wall before?
I have been living in Beijing for almost 6 years now.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Juanita.
Juanita. So, what do you do, Juanita?
I work here in Beijing as project manager of Expat Connection. So basically, we help the expat community and everybody in Beijing to approach quality services.
Quality services, like.
We have at the point we had 76 partners, so the list is quite long.
Wow.
But we go from A to Z, so hairdressers, fashion designers, sports groups, cooking classes, tourism, everything. Actually, Beijing Hikers, which is one of the
Your
heroes for
partners?
today,
Yeah.
they're part of the group. TURB is also part of the group with Hulu. So we cover a lot of things.
Nice.
Because, Beijing life is quite hostile, so
Yes,
change
it
a
is.
lot.
And Beijing has become very international since the reform and opening up of China. And a lot of foreigners have come here for visits, for education and job, and just to name a few. And so there must be like a bright future for what you're doing now, because I think after the COVID, there must be a pent-up demand for a lot of people to come to China, and also this event, they have a slogan called Visit Beijing Again. So I guess it's quite catchy for them to bring the tourism in.
I mean, not only for the people who will be joining us from outside, but also from our own internal material. Like me, I have been here a long time, and I haven't explored as much as you think. When you get into a routine, you need something to shake you, like these type of events, and then you start saying like, no, I really have to go. So then you go to the Great Wall. I was camping in the Great Wall like a couple months ago before it came all this hustle. So yes, of course, and I mean, China is awesome. I didn't arrive in Beijing, I arrived in Guiyang.
In Guiyang.
In Guiyang.
Also a very beautiful tourist spot, Guiyang. The city, near the city of Guiyang, there is a place called Yangshuo, where a lot of foreigners actually reside there. And there is one village that has maybe more than 100 households that are actually foreigners. So
You learn things every day. I didn't know that. I recognize the area mostly for the tea mountains. That I do recognize.
cool. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thank
And
you
hope
very
you
much.
enjoy tonight's visit.
I will.
Would you like to have some glowing stick? We actually prepared for the guests today.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Right. So, you Alistair? Yeah, I actually met.
We've met before, haven't
Yes, we
I
met
recognise
before.
the face.
Yeah.
China Radio International.
Yes,
There we go.
I was trying to, come to you this earlier at the dinner place, but I
Was I avoiding you?
no, I was like, is it you or is it did I, mess up? No.
No,
Yeah,
it's definitely
so-
me in,
yeah.
in the flesh.
Yes. So Alistair is an acquaintance of mine. We interviewed him to do radio programs, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So Alistair, we are doing a Facebook Live on China Plus American page. So a lot of our viewers
everybody.
are from America. Would you like to introduce yourself to them?
Sure. Hi, my name's Alistair, Alistair Warwick Nelson. I'm here in Beijing. I'm a market and a protocol school here in Beijing, primarily for Chinese people. But we do a bilingual program which is in English and Chinese, all about traditional etiquette, personal development and social development skills, predominantly, I'd say, for Chinese people, but with a focus on people who are on outbound travel. So to understand foreign cultures, basically.
Yeah. So you are actually introducing Western culture to the Chinese people, but what you're wearing today is a Chinese gown. How do you like this?
Well, actually, it was. I just followed the queue and wondered where everybody was going, and voila, I ended up in a Chinese suit. But obviously, we're in an environment, obviously, with the Great Wall, so huge amounts of history, and these are obviously historical period style costumes. So it kind of makes you feel pretty. Not quite as old as the Great Wall, but it does kind of make you feel a bit more authentic about it.
Nice. But I think you need a belt to complete the look.
Well, I've actually had to tie a knot in the bottom because
it's flying around.
Being a Scotsman, I'm not strange to wearing a skirt, but this one was a little bit too long. So
you are not a stranger to wearing skirts.
no, but I hasten to add, obviously. The tale of a Scotsman in their kilt, as you maybe heard. Yeah, well, I'm actually wearing some clothes underneath this one, so don't worry if I'm going to show you anything that's under my dress.
Yeah, I know he's kidding. That's fine. Have you been to the Great Wall before?
Yeah, I actually come here quite often.
Quite often?
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I've been to Badaling probably like 5 or 6 times, and some of the other areas like Simotai and Mutianyu. For me, Great Wall it kind of epitomises China. It's big, it's in your face, it's grand, it's bold, it's serene, it's beautiful,
All the beautiful words you can think about to describe it.
It invokes a whole range of different emotions and then different seasons. Yeah, really.
I think to me, because I know from my history book that this was a defensive system in ancient China. So seeing it today, still, standing here, I feel, a sense of to my own history.
Well, yeah. I mean, for years it kept all the warring Mongolians out for years, and nowadays, well, there's a freeway goes through the middle of it. So, of course, the Mongolians didn't have many cars, did they? So it doesn't really matter.
Right. So I think the gate has opened for us. Shall we go in? Yeah.
See what's in store. Huh?
This is actually my first time to come here in the evening. I came here when I was 8 years old with my dad, and it has changed a lot. There was no KFC or, coffee place near here, and
certainly over a period of time, it's obviously got a bit commercialized. But then obviously that gives you some kind of realization of the global popularity of the Great Wall. So obviously, when you attract international guests, in some ways you need to cater towards their
of
taste.
course. And when you think of China, or scenic spots or historic attractions in China,
Sure.
the first thing came to mind must be the Great Wall.
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember. I first came here 2011. And I got married in 2011 as well. And my mother came all the way from the UK. And in the 2 weeks that she was here, her biggest crowning moment of being in China was actually standing on the Great Wall. And she talked about it for years afterwards. So it's just one of those things. I think some people, it's just a landmark that invokes things into people's minds. And you think, yeah, it's great and it's a wall. Well, it is great and it's a wall, yeah.
And I think definitely after the Beijing Olympic in 2008, more tourists are kicking in for Beijing because we hosted the event here.
Well, yes, and also, the air quality has improved immeasurably in Beijing over the last few years.
Yeah.
So it makes it a much better environment for people to come and visit.
Definitely.
No, I don't recommend it in January because it's like minus 15. It's not that much fun on the Great Wall when it's minus 15. But yeah, you take it as you see it. I say it's serene. It's a whole range of different emotions.
Yeah. Catching the emotion you talked about. Shall we flip our camera? Because I have my eyes on the Great Wall over here. Yeah, it is so amazing ahead of us over there.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. No, it's nice to see you.
Yeah, let's catch up later.
Yeah.
So guys, this is the evening view of the Great Wall at Badaling. And usually we don't have a lot of visitors in the evening, but today we've been granted the chance to visit here. And it is so beautiful and quiet over this place because it is so far away from the hustle and bustle in the downtown area. And the Great Wall has lightings, and you can observe from afar. And I see all the foreign guests are having their phones up already. So shall we go join them? Because they have a guide over here to introduce.
The nomads, and they will set fires at night and make some smoke in daytime. Yes. So, do you have any questions?
Hi, I want to ask, how long is the Great Wall?
How long is this Great Wall? And the Great Wall built in Ming Dynasty is about 8,000 kilometers. But the whole length of the Great Wall in China now is about 21,000 kilometers. Yes.
From the east to the west.
Yes, from the east to the west.
And what is the eastmost point?
It's most point from Liaoning province. Yes,
And the
Liaoning
westmost point is?
yes, it's Gansu province. Gansu province.
So it's across China.
Yes, from east to west.
So since this Great Wall was built, more than 2,000 years ago.
Yes.
So each dynasty must have did their renovations, I guess.
Yes, yes.
Could you introduce more on that?
The renovation of the Great Wall.
Yes, because it has existed here for such a long time, right?
Yes, yes. But now you can see the wall actually is not from the original. We have renovated every year from the donations from the social groups or something, foreigners. Yes, and we got the ticket fee. It's about 40 yuan. It's about $5 or $6 per person, and we use it to renovate the Great Wall every year.
Cool. I'm wondering that what are the gaps for on the wall?
Gaps?
Yeah, like
Where's the gaps?
because you can see
Oh, you
from
can see the
afar there
drainage,
are
drainage.
yeah the
Yeah,
drainage and
yes.
also the holes on the wall. What are
Yes.
those used for?
You can see the drainage on the wall because there are so many rains in summertime. So the rainwater could flow out of the main body of the wall for fear that the rainwater erode the main body. Yes, and you can see those holes on the walls. That is called shooting holes. Yes, when the enemies come here, we just put some fire stones to fight against the enemies. Yes.
Okay. So my next question is, I know that there are a lot of heads of states visiting the Great Wall.
Yes.
Could you name a few and who are they? Like
Yes.
where they came
From
from?
now on, it's about 525 heads of states and governments come here to visit the Great Wall. Yes. Such as Elizabeth and
You mean the British Queen?
yes, yes, yes.
Elizabeth II.
Yes, the
Okay.
second, yeah.
Cool. So, guys, small prizes here. The glowing stick, and I have prepared several questions for you guys, and also for your our friends online. You can see these questions, and I hope you'll be able to participate. And please leave the comments below, and we'll be communicating with you. So my first question to you guys is, how long is the Great Wall?
22,000.
So who have the right answer? Anyone?
22,000. 22,000 kilometers.
22,000
kilometers.
21.
21? Any other guesses? 20,000. So your answers are all above like 20,000 kilometers. Wow. So the answer is actually around 8,800 kilometers long. Yeah. Even okay. So because the Great Wall has different sections, it is now upweight from from Liaoning to Gansu. So there are actually gaps that are not covered by the Great Wall. So shall we move along and have more questions during our trip? Thank you guys for participation. And my second question for you guys is that almost every dynasty have constructed the Great Wall, but only actually 4 of them have carried large-scale renovations and constructions. What are these dynasties? Could you name it? I have a few choices for you. The Qin dynasty, the Han dynasty, and the Qing dynasty. So ABC.
Can you repeat?
The Qin dynasty. Pardon?
Han Dynasty.
Han dynasty. Yes, you're correct. And you can have a glowing stick. And actually, ABC, from all these answers, there is only one answer wrong. It is actually the Qing dynasty, which didn't do any renovation to the Great Wall because it was too late, and the Great Wall had a lot of erosion, and they abandoned the Great Wall as a defensive system. Pardon?
The Qing dynasty, is it the
Yes,
last one?
the Qing dynasty is the last dynasty. All right, so we are crossing one of the towers here, and I think shall we move forward? All right, it's time to read a few comments on Facebook now. Thank you for joining us this morning, guys. As always.
I see.
All right, so the lighting here is quite good, so I'm going to stand here for a bit in order for you guys to see us. And so, yeah, I'm catching up my breath a little bit. Yes, sorry, please pardon the interruptions because we're on the Great Wall now and the connection might not be very well during this live stream. Yes, shall we move along? Hello, Rebecca. Good morning from Arizona. Hello, River. Good morning, beautiful New Mexico. Yes. Hello to you all. Very interesting place to visit. Yeah, thank you.
Don't slip over the feet.
Oh, they're also doing photos now. Right. It's better here? Okay. So you can see from afar, there's another tourist group over there. I mean, guys, in the evening, Great Wall is still a very attractive place to visit. In the daytime, you'll have like sufficient sunlight for the photo and other stuff, but it might be too hot and too sunny to visit during the daytime. But in the evening, this is, very breezy here, and it's so cool. So remember the family photo I told you about of my last experience here. We actually took that photo on the top over there, and I remembered we walked up, all the way up to the tallest tower, and we had a photo over there, and there is a stone or a sign over there saying 长城好汉 Great Wall Hero. So if you reach that point, you are the hero in this visit. And I see a lot of people are walking up, having their hiking tour over here, taking photos with family. Cool. Are we having? All right. What is this photo for? So also so he is using this distance, to create a cool picture with his wife, I guess. Like, so funny. All right, let's walk along. Kids are around us now, as you can hear from the sound. All right, so talking about some of the fun facts about the Great Wall. As you heard from the tour guide, Miss Han, just now, she said more than 400 heads of states have visited here. And I actually have a question for you guys. Which American president came to visit the Great Wall? And actually, I have my question over here. You can see which president have visited the Great Wall. A, B, or C? Which one? Is it Obama? Is it Clinton? Is it Reagan? Who have visited the Great Wall before? A, B, or C? Leave your answer in the comment section and I'll be able to see them on my phone. So who have visited? Who have visited the Great Wall? I didn't see any of your answer, guys. Please leave your comments. Please leave your answers down here. So let me catch up with Michael. Hi, Michael. Do you know that? I have a question.
Yes.
So which president came to visit the Great Wall? Do you know this?
I believe, well, let's put it this way. I know it's, I thought it was Nixon.
Nixon. Cool. So my answers here, I have 3 answers over here. Obama, Clinton, and Reagan. So
I'm gonna say it wasn't Reagan, so it was either Obama or Clinton. I'm gonna guess Obama.
Obama.
Yeah.
This is not a single answer question, so
okay,
you can
so it's
choose
Obama
multiple.
and Clinton.
Obama and Clinton?
Yeah. Am I right?
You're not right. Actually, all 3 of them, and also the person you mentioned, have also visited Great Wall.
Reagan came to the Great Wall?
Yes, Reagan came to the Great Wall.
Oh my goodness, I never knew that. That's so weird.
And Nixon too.
Well, I remember Nixon. I remember Nixon.
So
I'm old
4
enough to remember Nixon.
Yeah, so you actually completed this answer. So 4 of the American
That
presidents.
was mean. That was a
came
trick
to-
question.
Yeah.
I thought it was only
Thank
one
you
choice.
for your participation. And would you like
Oh,
to
no,
have
thank
a
you. We can
glowing
save that
stick?
to the more deserving guest.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
So this is a fun fact about Great Wall. Did you have the answer, guys? This is quite interesting. They're all enjoying their time. All right, let's move along. Be careful, there's a step over here. Yeah. Be careful. All right. So yeah, this is really, really nice. So you can see from here there is a window on the Great Wall. This tower actually, I think, are used for soldiers to rest and to hoard some grains and food in wartime. So they have their military supply and to keep, everyone to stomach. So beautiful here. About the Great Wall, and because we have touched on how long the Great Wall old is the Great Wall. So the Great Wall was actually constructed as early as the 17th century BC. So before Christ, which is more than 2,700 years ago, and it was the spring and autumn period in China, in ancient China, and in order to Normans and the Mongolians invading the farmland down south, so they have this construction here as a military defense system. So it has been here more than 2,000 works, but only 4 dynasties have did large-scale renovation in this place. This is quite interesting over here. Yeah, I think blocking a lot of the passengers here, so let's move along. Because we're going to go also to show the way to go down. This is the passage down, and this is not actually a Ural go to the top. An option, so it's quite interesting. Yeah, so enough with that. Just want to show you there's another option. If you are tired of climbing up, there is also a way to go down. So seeing all the, the infrastructure here still standing tall is very emotional for me, because I think, the Great Wall of China not only was a defensive system in ancient times, it also demonstrates the perseverance and the perseverance of the Chinese people, who are determined to have a prosperous life. So it demonstrates the hope for peace. I'm walking backward because I want to show you guys the scene back there. Just flip the camera and see where we have climbed up. The scene is very gorgeous. So, do we still have our foreign guests walking up, or did they?
Some are there.
Oh, I think we're left behind, so let's keep on moving. Did you guys climb all the way to the top? No?
No, we.
How far did you go?
We just passed this next point here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we have to meet back at 8:20, so we just
yeah.
So we have to turn around.
Good point. Let's join them and turn around.
Oh, I see how.
One more reason for me to cheat.
You could go to that tower and come back.
Yeah.
Come on. Go
Do
touch
any
the
of your
tower.
friends online, do they have any questions for you?
Yes, of course. They actually asked who visited China. Because our guide, Ms. Han, mentioned that there are more than 400 heads of states visited here. So they want us to name a few. So yeah.
Donald Trump came last year.
I don't think he visited the Great Wall. He
I'm
went
not sure
to
if he
the.
came to the Great Wall. No.
Oh, before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nixon did. Yes, that's for sure. And Reagan did that too.
I'm from Canada. Trudeau.
Trudeau
Pretty much
visited
every
here.
one of our prime ministers in the past has
So
been
you're
to
from
China.
Canada. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty much all the prime ministers have been. So.
Been to China?
Yep.
Wow.
To visit. I haven't seen anybody yet.
Okay, nice to know. Very interesting. So yeah, 4 of the American presidents have visited here. So that's the fun fact. Actually, all right, so let's move forward. There are separate ways for us to go in. Be careful. So this is the second tower of the north side. Be careful, guys. It would be a great place to tell ghost stories, though. All right. Let's move along. It's so beautiful ahead of us. You can see the Great Wall has light up in different colors. So, yeah, because on the Great Wall, sometimes we don't have a lot of, have great connections. So I'm going to read out your comments later because I didn't see them on my phone now. And they will be coming in as, oh, they are here. Yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying this because I've seen so many, friendly people on the Great Wall during our visit, and also I hope you guys are having a great morning with us. So I think Great Wall sometimes can be a perfect signature when you think about China, and this is actually what we want to preserve as a historical site. And so as you can see that in the old days, there are people tend to carve their names on the Great Wall, and some of the bricks are pretty much damaged by these carvings. But nowadays, this is actually prohibited by the law. So you're against the law if you carve things on this. I want to show you not because to show their bad behavior, but to call on you guys to preserve the historical sites in China. This is a bad behavior for sure, but let this be a lesson for all of us so that we can preserve this historical site as it was for the next generation and the generations ahead of us. So this is very important, guys. And I know that because I read on the news, there are people who carved their names or carved their wishes on the Great Wall, and they were actually caught and they were sent into prison for a couple of days and to pay for a fine to renovate what they have destroyed. So yeah. And not only there are Chinese characters, there are like Korean characters, and yeah, so I kind of feel you that when you visit a place, you want to leave your best wish at this place, but this is not what we want you to do, guys. So keep in mind of that. All right. So thank you very much for your understanding, and let's keep the Great Wall, intact together. And since we have to go back to the meeting point on time to depart for the Great Wall, because the Great Wall will be closed I think before the midnight, and they will clear out all the tourists for the next day. And only staffers and maintenance workers are allowed to come in during the nighttime and to prepare for the next day. So yeah, be careful. Yeah, just so you know, Luisa is working behind the camera, and Xixi is working as our assistant today. Thank you, girls. Thank you so much for your helping, and yeah. Let me restart my Facebook again so that I can see your comment. I'm actually having a great day here. Thank you for asking, guys. Yeah, no. So I was able to talk with several guests where we were having today, and they were pretty positive about the tourism scene in the future ahead of the, after the COVID. And it is actually true because a few days earlier I was interviewing an economist who said actually there should be a pent-up demand after the COVID, because when you are in the quarantine, people tend to have their days, spend their time inside of the apartment, and they'll feel bored, and they will have this urge of getting out and to see the world. So yeah, so in the near future, I guess tourism will be kicking in. China is now actually not very much open to the outside world. You still need to have a permit to come inside of China and to pass the border, and but still. Hey Sarah, let me quickly catch up with you.
Sure.
Sorry I missed you earlier because I was talking to the other guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Did you enjoy this trip?
I did. I'm quite tired now.
Really?
We had a big dinner and then we walked on the wall, so it was perfect.
Cool. Shall we
Good
move
way to
aside
walk it off.
because this is the stairs over there.
Sure.
Bad for me to choose this spot.
No problem.
But it is very beautiful tonight. I see the Great Wall lighting up, and it's quite emotional for me to see all of these. It is still standing after 2,700 years. So, wow, very impressive for me. So, you have been taking a lot of foreign tourists in China. What do you think is the greatest selling point of Great Wall?
I think the history, because I think a lot of people know what it is, but they don't really know the details, why it exists, and sometimes it's hard for them to imagine what it was like to work on the wall, or build it, or be a soldier.
Yeah.
And so for us it's really fun to help people understand. And when you're standing on it, when you're finally standing on it, you feel like, wow, it's not the same as seeing it in photos, much better.
So we've catch up earlier, and I know what you do, but our fans on Facebook page doesn't really know. So could you introduce yourself a little bit for our fans on Facebook?
Sure, yeah. So I'm Sarah. I've lived in Beijing since 2005, and I have a travel company called Bespoke Travel, and we help foreign tourists coming to China to see the best bits of China, the most exciting bits of China. Usually we work with experts to show people the Great Wall or the Forbidden City or the best food. So I think that's really the best way to get under the skin of Beijing, is to see it with people who really know what they're talking about.
So who have you took to China, or who have you took to Great Wall?
Lots of people. I think you mentioned earlier that there were lots and lots of heads of state, or the tour guide.
Celebrity-wise.
Okay,
Yes,
Katy Perry.
I want to know.
We brought Katy Perry to the Great
Nice.
Wall. Did we bring Matt Damon? I think we brought Matt Damon when he was filming the Great Wall with his family. Yeah. Oh gosh, who else? Metallica. Yes, the Killers.
Wow. The Killers.
Yeah, yeah. Lots of bands. Yeah, and lots
I'm
of
so
NFL
jealous.
players.
I'm a Killers fan.
Yeah, me
I want
too.
to see their tours.
It's really good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a big pleasure for me. Yeah.
Wow. How did Katy Perry see this place?
She was amazing. She did the splits on the wall. She did, yeah.
Wow,
It's like a gymnastic
yoga.
move. Yeah, exactly. And she put it on Twitter and got millions of likes.
Wow,
Yeah.
fantastic. And good job, you.
Thank you, thank you.
So earlier today, because we talked about your business, and also during one of the segments you said China is pretty much a very misunderstood place. I actually wonder, what do you think the most, misunderstandings from, foreigners to China?
There's lots, I think. People don't realize how modern China is now and how, just how modern it is. It's just so well developed, very clean and efficient and easy to get around. And also, I think that's the main thing. People, and also the food. In the West, we have a very bad version of Chinese food, but when they come here, they get to try all the different types of Chinese cuisine because there's so many. And then they're really surprised. They're like, wow, this is so much better than the Chinese food I had before. Very fresh, very delicious. Yeah.
And I guess, a lot of Chinese food overseas are totally different from the ones we're having here.
Exactly, yeah. It's usually, it's just not, you can't even compare it. It's not a good version of it. So if you're a foodie, you should definitely come to China because it's the best thing about it.
Cool. So as you heard from Sarah, if you want to taste the food, definitely come back to China. As the slogan said, visit Beijing again.
Yes, again.
Please come back to China and visit Beijing, visit China.
We'll help you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sarah. And I guess that's all the time we have today because we have took you to the upstream of the Great Wall, and we have visited, and talked with so many interesting people and the leaders in the tourism industry, and including you. And so, guys, come to Beijing, visit Beijing again. Until next time, bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much.